We begin with breaking news.
Joining us now from Sydney, Australia, for something that has got the world on edge.
This unprecedented death and destruction due to these bushfires that are literally engulfing the continent of Australia. What we are witnessing right now in the form of these unprecedented bushfires in Australia
on edge with worsening conditions. There's also fresh concern in the Blue Mountains tonight. A fire has sprung up near Falconbridge. A cluster of fires has flared with fears. Two have combined into one the size of 500,000 football fields. Let's go.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Punting for the People. For those of you who do not know, my name is Jacob. I am an Australian and I am living here in Hildesheim in Germany. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do consider subscribing. I would love every single one of you to become a subscriber and join the Punting for the People family. So for those of you who do not know, there is currently a bit of a disaster going on in Australia. I'm not sure whether it's actually been declared as a natural disaster or a natural catastrophe as of yet, but I think it should if it hasn't. And that is the Australia fires. There is a lot of fires going on over in Australia. If you're not aware of this, I definitely recommend you go and search and find out more about it. Basically, as of right now, I believe there's something like 500 million animals have died. I think 28 people have passed away and over 15 million hectares of land has been burnt. And fires happen every year in Australia. It is the fire season, it is summer, and it has been way crazier than anything we've ever seen before. One of my subscribers commented on one of my videos, please do a video talking about the fires that are happening in Australia, because I'm obviously not there, I'm here in Germany. And luckily enough, I can do a video from here. I'm not being affected because I'm obviously in Germany, and also luckily my family who is back home in Australia are not being affected by these fires. Obviously the air conditions are bad in Australia, but where my family lives is right on the coast, so they're probably one of the least affected areas, so that I'm incredibly thankful for. But to give you an idea of how bad these fires are, the amount of smoke and gases that have been released into the environment the last couple of weeks to months is basically equal to that of a whole year of what Australia normally puts into the ozone. So that's not good in regards to the greenhouse gases that come from the fire. Creates climate change and makes the earth a warmer place. So the fact that we're releasing more into the environment basically means that it's only just going to get worse. The fact that the fires are still raging and Australia is a pretty dry place during summer, it doesn't really make a lot of hope for rain or a change in weather circumstances to help stop the fires. So it's really just manpower and willpower right now trying to keep the fires under control. And this obviously isn't good. There's people without homes. I think over 1,000 homes have been burnt. There's been towns, like rural towns, that are far away from cities that have been completely torched by these fires. And of course the animals. There's something like 8,000 koalas are believed to have died in these fires. The actual species environment has completely burnt down, so there was a threat of koalas going completely extinct because of the population remaining not being able to live. Thankfully, those scientists have kind of come back and said that that's not the case. They should be able to revive the population, but that's of course if these fires stop. Anyone who is suffering that's watching this, or has a loved one or a friend or anything like that that's going through the fires, obviously like I mentioned, my family's lucky enough to not be involved in anything too crazy over there in Australia. My condolences and my well wishes go out to you. I hope everything obviously works out and that anyone who is being affected comes through the other side unscathed. Also, just to give you an idea about people that are living that kind of aren't being affected, there still is a great amount of stuff going on. Some of my relatives have had to go and buy face masks for the quality of air around Canberra, around Brisbane. They're recommending wearing respirators to obviously prevent any kind of smoke inhalation. I think I saw a statistic where on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, the air quality around Sydney was the worst in the world. It kind of gives you an idea of the amount of smoke and the amount of, I guess, toxic gases or toxic things going out into the air, into the environment. So obviously indirectly affecting everyone, not just the people being directly affected by the fires. And that kind of brings me to the point of my video. It's not a really happy-go-lucky vlog, but I kind of want to turn it that way. Obviously the fires are a devastating thing, and a thing that should never happen to anyone. No matter how bad you think something should happen to someone, I don't think anything like this on any scale should be happening to any people directly. It's obviously a bad thing no matter who it happens to, where it happens. Something on this magnitude, of this scale, I think it's now about 10 times bigger than the Amazonian fires, and I think the actual amount of area of Australia that's burning is 2 times the size of Belgium. So that gives you an idea just how great and big these fires are. But guys, at the start of the video, I was humming along to a little song, and the song is the, I guess, the catchphrase to the Australian brand Vegemite, and it's called I'm a Happy Little Vegemite. If you want to search it on the internet, I definitely recommend you should. It's a fun, great little song. It's kind of tied into the fact that I am, of course, here in Germany, but at the same time, all of my roots remain back in Australia, and anything that happens directly there affects me indirectly, whether it be through family, friends, or whatever. Being from that area or being from that country, you're obviously going to feel it as well. So I wanted to make a video kind of touching base on the fact that, number one, all of my family is safe, and number two, reach out and give my condolences to anyone that's directly being affected or going through it. As I'm lucky enough to be over here in Germany, it's not something that I'm having to suffer through, but I obviously want to make sure the people that are going through that know that there are people that are thinking of them. All over the world is aware of what is going on. If you are unaware of the fires, definitely I recommend going and doing some research. If you are aware of the fires and you do want to help in some way, I recommend following the links that I've left in my description. There's a couple of fundraisers and foundations that I've put down there that can help the fire relief. I kind of want to end this vlog on a positive note, and that is one of my subscribers, one of my loyal fans, and one of my patrons, Astrid, who is actually living over in Australia, in a very hot part of Australia, while this is all going on, while there is obviously this giant threat of bushfires going on around Astrid. She's very kindly put together and sent me a care package. And this has come from Australia, it's come to Germany, and it's got a whole lot of Australian things in it. And I think that's kind of amazing, that someone who is living in a country that is going through all this devastation, kind of thinking that she has is, Jacob is Australian, he's from here, I should send him a care package of Australian stuff, is kind of amazing to me. And it just goes to show that a lot of the time when it comes to things like this happening, the first thought of everyone or of people is not to help themselves but to help others, or basically to always think of others' well-being. The fact that Astrid's got all this stuff together and sent it to me goes to show that no matter how much tragedy or how much people are going through, kind of in second nature for you to want to help others, and obviously that's half the reason this video is for, is to kind of raise awareness and to obviously thank all those people that are helping and assisting anyone that's kind of going through the trouble. The stuff that Astrid has sent me is of course pretty Australian. She sent me a bag of shapes that are Vegemite and cheese flavour. For those of you who don't know Vegemite, that is the logo. So Vegemite is an Australian thing. She's also sent me, because it's winter here in Germany, some Australian themed hot chocolate sachets. So this is Fantails. I mentioned in one of my tasting vlogs that Fantails is what something tasted like. I think it was the Milk Duds. Fantails is basically like a caramel and chocolate candy. So we've got Golden Ruff, which is a coconut and chocolate biscuit, I guess you say. And then we've got some Jaffas, hot chocolate. Jaffas is an orange and chocolate lolly or chocolate ball from Australia. We've then got Minties. Allen's is the candy brand. It's kind of like the Haribo of Australia. But we've got Minties, which is, of course, if the name doesn't describe what they are, they're basically chewy mints. And they got fun facts on the wrappers. So we've got some Minties. We've also got some Natural Confectionery Company lollies. This is an Australian brand. I actually really like their snakes and their squirms. So thank you so much, Astrid, for sending me squirms. Some Wheat Bix. Wheat Bix are basically kind of like, I think they're oats or grains, but it's kind of like a healthy cereal that everyone used to have when they were kids. There was a big advertisement of professional Australian athletes eating Wheat Bix, and the slogan was, how many do you do? So it's kind of like the more that you do, the more fit and athletic you can be. So we've got some Wheat Bix. I can't wait to show Marianne warm Wheat Bix in milk kind of breaks down into like a porridge. And last but not least, it's not really a breakfast thing, but I normally only have it with breakfast or with a snack. Name on it, like how cool is that? Astrid's gone and I guess gone through Vegemite themselves to get that done. And she's also got me some socks. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen, but we've got the Vegemite socks with Happy Little Vegemite on the bottom. And she also got me this really cool Vegemite cup with the We're Happy Little Vegemites as bright can be on the back. So this is gonna be my breakfast coffee mug. And then obviously my Game of Thrones coffee mug can be when I need a little bit more of a wake up. But guys, this is what I mean by when things are going on, people just automatically want to go and help other people. I'm not saying that I need help, but the fact that Astrid's put all this together and sent it to me when there's all this devastation going around, it really is quite touching that that she thinks about doing this for me at that point in time. I hope this sheds some light a little bit for people who weren't aware or didn't know too much about the fires, just how crazy it is for the country to be going through this stuff, and hopefully it kind of gives you a little bit of awareness as to what can happen and kind of give you an insight into how quickly things can change. You always want to be able to say that you've got a roof over your head or food on the plate or be in a healthy state of life. But it can quickly change and it can quickly become quite terrifying for people in Australia when it comes to the fires. So very, very thankful the roof over my head here in Germany, and obviously very thankful to be living somewhere that is incredibly safe and I guess free of danger. But that is it, guys. Not really a vlog about Germany, but more a vlog about Australia. But obviously the thoughts I have on the Australian bushfires, being an Australian living on the other side of the world in Germany. I hope you enjoyed so much. I hope you learnt a little bit. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, leave a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please do consider subscribing to the channel. But until next time, guys, my name is Jacob. This is Punting for the People. I'm gonna leave this video by doing something truly Australian. Warning, do not try this at home. This is for all my Australians out there. My name is Jacob and this is Punting for the People. I'll see you guys next time. Tastes like home.